Hello everyone, thank you for joining today's session. Today we are going to start RPA UiPath session. So first of all, if you come to market like that industry across world, and if you ask me what is the best technology to learn, especially in 2021, 2022 right now, so without any coding language, okay, so there are lots of people, they come from non-technical background. There are lots of people, they come from BPO's background. There are lots of people, they come from finance background, okay. So if you ask me what is the best technology to learn in 2022, so if you search on Google also like that, best technology to learn in 2022. Okay. So top 10, if you ask me the technology, you can see here the things called data scientist. If you go somewhere, we'll get the RPA and AI on the first level. If you go lots of page, right now it's coming on third number, but it's in top 5 technology you can see here. So that is the top 5 technology to learn for a lucrative career in 2022. If you go somewhere, definitely we'll get the RPA and AI on the top level you can get here. Okay. So especially first we'll learn what is RPA, and then we'll go for the AI session also, that is called artificial intelligence, and you have to go, we'll go one by one. Okay. So especially if you ask me what is RPA, so RPA stand for robotic process automation. Everyone know that. So one by one we'll go for that. We have lots of PPT, but I will show you lots of things through your one notepad. I will clear these things. Okay. So RPA is your robotic process automation. And if you ask me, the first word, it's called robotics. Okay, so robotic means what? This is not your hardware robot, it's software robot, which can mimic your human action. Whatever the process you are going as a manual process, everything we can automate through one tool, and that tool name is UiPath Blueprint Automation. Here there are n number of tools, but whatever the development you are going to do, so that is one robotic part. Okay, so robotics means it's a computer robot which can make your human action. Okay, so this is called robotic. And the second thing is called process. Okay, so process means what? That is a series of steps. Okay, so whenever you are whenever going to do something like that, if you want to do the PhD, you do the line by line, like step by step, you do 10, 12, BTech, MTech, and then PhD. Okay, so that is the process. That is the process. When things in real time, there are lots of process already going on across India, across world. So banking process, finance process, lots of process going on. Okay, and the third word is called automation. Okay, so that's why I have asked the question, what is automation? Okay, the first things I write here, this is called RPA. This is called RPA, robotic process automation. Okay, so one by one I will tell you this thing. So this is called, this is your software robot. Okay, so if you come here, the RP means that is the robotic, means it's software robot. There are two types of robot. You know that the first one is called your hardware robot. So we are not going to learn any hardware robot. That is your software robot. Okay, so that is the software robot. Okay, so the second thing is, if you come to the third word, automation. Okay, what is automation? Without touching your system, if you are going to do anything, that is called automation. But automation is not new. Okay, if you ask me the 1995, 2000, 2004, so there are lots of tools was already into market. If you come to especially near like the 2010, so the first tools, I will tell you these things. The one of the popular tools name is called Selenium. Okay, so in automation there is two things. It's called your test automation. Let me create these things. Automation means there is two things. The first is called test automation. I will tell you these things. Test automation and process automation. Try to understand these things. Okay, so test automation and process automation. Okay, so test automation, that is the part of your testing. Okay, so if you ask me what is testing, verification and validation of any application, that is called testing. And if you come to test automation, so through using your test automation tool like that Selenium, we can test any application that is working fine or not. Okay, so according to my requirement, if you're getting any defect, so we have to check like that is working or not. So we'll do using test automation tool. And especially for test automation tool, there are n number of tools already available in market like that. I will tell you these things. That is called Selenium, that is called UFT, that is called your load runner. So load runner is also tool. And the second is called JMeter, Apache JMeter. Okay, so this type of tools already available in the market. Okay, the second part is called process automation. So today we are going to learn the RPA, that is called process automation. Okay, so we are not going to do any test automation. We are going to start the process automation. Okay, so if you ask me what is process automation, so process automation means in any multinational company or any company, whatever the process already going on as a manual process, that process we are going to automate using any tool. Okay, so if you ask me the process automation tool, so that tool name is called, I will tell you, the first number across world is UiPath. The second is called double A. Double A means automation anywhere, and third is called BP. Okay, apart from that, there are lots of tools. I will tell you that is right now it's going to popular. That is called Power Automate, previous known as Softomotive. And right now, this is the tool of your Microsoft. Okay, so Power Automate, Nice, WinRunner, multiple n number of tools already available in market. But if you ask me, as per market like that, where I can get more job, more salary, and more demand, so I will definitely recommend you to go for UiPath, because UiPath is totally free. Like that, your software is free. If you go for UiPath forum, that is also free. Certification right now paid, but before 2020, it was totally free. Okay, so within 10 minutes time, you are able to install this software and you can start your automation, whatever the process you're going to automate, like that machine learning, Python, AWS, your ERP system, Salesforce, database, PDF, email, web-based, desktop, n number of things, Citrix, n number of things, like that mainframe also we can automate through using RPA path. So UiPath is totally advanced. So this is the reason we are going for UiPath. Okay, so first question, if you ask me why to start this RPA, I will write these things. Okay, so if you ask me why RPA, okay, so why RPA? The first things, this is the tool is totally, I can say that is the low code platform. Okay, so low code platform. Okay, the first thing is called low code platform. Second things, I will tell you, hardly it's required 40 to max 40 to 50 days. Within 40 to 50 days you can learn. Okay, here the third part, if you ask me why to go for RPA UiPath, easily like it easily you can get the job. Okay, so usually you can get the job. Okay, next things I will tell you. So next things I will tell you. Okay, if you go for any programming language like the Java, like that your Python, if you go Java, especially for Java, I think if you go for like that your like that core Java and advanced Java, it's definitely, it will take more than 9 months to 1 year. And after that also you can get the package of 3 to 4 lakhs package per annum. But you have to understand the coding language, you have to understand the Java, like your critical, all these things you have to understand. After that you can get the job after 1 year. But if you come to RPA, it's possible to understand within 40 to 50 days. And any non-technical person can go for RPA UiPath. Okay, so that's why, that is the reason lots of people, they're coming for the technology called RPA, the first reason. Second reason, if you ask me the age of technology. Okay, so the things is called age of technology. Okay, so if you come to Java, so Java came is 1995. You ask me for Python, so Python, you're also completed more than your 20 years. Okay, so 20 years already completed. So whatever the language like C, C++, Java, .NET, Python, already they have completed more than 20 years. And if you go for job, there are lots of people already available in market. So that's why RPA, if you ask me, especially RPA path, so UiPath came in 2018, and after 2018 market, so only 3 to 4 years already we have completed. And if you ask me, job wise, people are very less into market, so competition is very less. If you go for Java, so there are n number of people already available. Your Python, n number of people are available. So that's why this type of job like that, your RPA, data scientist, machine learning, your chatbot, this technology in booming right now because people are very less, and this is totally new technology. Okay, so that's why I will recommend you to go for this type of technology where you can start with very less age of technology. If you ask me the age of technology, that is only 4 years, especially into RPA UiPath. Okay, again you ask me question, why I have to go for RPA path? There are n number of tools already available like the UiPath, double A, Blueprint, Power Automate, multiple tools already available in market. So why to go for especially into UiPath? Okay, I will tell you. So I have already started my career in 2017, especially into UiPath. So before 2017, like that, there are lots of tools like that, Blueprint, Automation Anywhere, and UiPath. Especially at that time, if you want to automate any process using Blueprint, first you have to purchase the license, and license cost was more than $20,000. Okay, means you want to automate any process, you want to learn any things, to pay first the price of the tool, that is all your $20,000. But if you ask me, especially UiPath, at that time also that was totally free of cost UiPath. And right now also, if you're going to install the UiPath community edition, that is totally free. You can work up to 3 months, and after that you have to purchase the license, you can renew for the license also. Okay, so the first things, it's totally free. Second things, within 10 minutes of time you are able to install this type of things like the UiPath, and within 10 minutes time you can start the coding also. Everything is possible to do within 10 minutes. Okay, third things, it's very easy to learn because everything they provide the particular one activity, not required to go for writing any type of .NET code. There are n number of custom activity also in UiPath, you can do that. Okay, so let's come here to PPT. The same things I've written here, your RPA, and the definition also you can see here. Automate the business process by robot, that is called RPA. And robotic process automation is the type of automation where a machine or computer mix like the human action in completing the rule-based task, and it is used to automate the business process. Okay, so if you ask me what type process we can automate, especially rule-based, repetitive, monotonous, and high level of volume data, we can automate through RPA. Okay, so RPA is an intelligence software that helps to replicate and mimic the human action. Okay, so this type of things we can go inside RPA. So especially if you come to RPA world, if you ask me how much salary I can get, what is the designation we get inside your RPA, you know that when we college pass out, we'll get the one designation like that, RPA intern. So any 3 years like that, your third year BTech student or fourth year, they can go for RPA intern. So especially RPA intern are right now they're getting 18 to 20,000 per month salary. And after RPA intern, if you're going for RPA developer, so 0 to 2 years experience, people are getting easily 4.5 to 8 lakhs. It's correct. I'm talking about the India, not across world. Okay, so especially in India, we are getting 4.5 to 8 lakhs package per annum. Okay, so this is the things that we come here. Okay, so that is the things we are getting this 4.5 to 8 lakhs package per annum. Okay, again the second things, that is called senior RPA developers. Okay, so especially for senior RPA developers, the requirement is 3 years to 7 years, and packages I can say at least right now I will do 22 at least. Okay, 22 lakhs package per annum. Okay, if you ask me right now, I have a 5 years experience of testing, 6 years experience of Java. So how much I can get? Okay, try to understand. Whatever the experience you have of current technology, definitely you can show like the 5 years experience of Java, and 1 to 2 years experience you can show especially of RPA. Okay, so no one have an experience like it 7 years, 10 years, 5 years. Okay, because technology is very new and technology age is only 3 to 4 years. No one can show the 10 years experience of RPA. You have to show your current technology like that. I have 12 years experience of testing. I am already one test manager. Already I'm a senior testing architect. Okay, so 10 years experience, whatever you have, definitely you can show, but you have to show 2 years experience, especially into RPA. And whatever the people they are especially into senior RPA developer like that, more than 3 to 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, easily they are getting minimum 8 to 22 lakhs package per annum in India, Hyderabad, Bangalore location, Noida, Delhi, NCR, everywhere. Okay, again come to these things, RPA solution architect. Who is RPA solution architect? I will tell you. Okay, so what is the roles and responsibility? Everything I will tell you. So RPA solution architect, like that, one tech lead of RPA who has already worked more than at least 3 years into RPA world, 3 to 4 years experience and knowledge of all the technology like that, how we can work in database, how we can work especially into cloud, how we can especially work into mainframe. Okay, so at least knowledge of 1 to programming language, knowledge of different tools, different things, he or she can go for RPA solution architect. So RPA solution architect, at least your experience should more than 7 to 8 years and current technology like that RPA path at least knowledge of more than 3 years working experience, definitely you can go for RPA solution architect. If you ask me what is the roles and responsibility of RPA solution architect, so RPA solution architect was one bridge between your development and your client. Okay, so RPA solution architect job is to provide the solution, whatever the business things we are getting here. Okay, so this is the minimum salary I'm talking about, that 25 lakhs. That is the minimum salary I'm talking about right now. Senior RPA consultant, they are getting more than 20 plus salary. This is the PPT I created the 2 years, 3 years back. So the same salary is coming. But right now, this is the market of 2022, guys. Every times senior RPA consultant salary everywhere. If you have a good background, if you already worked in multinational company, every people like that. I saw multiple people with me 5 years plus experience. People are getting more than 20 LPA. If you go for solution architect, definitely today date, at least I will right now I will change 25 to 30 lakhs definitely we can get from market. Okay, but especially for solution architect, you should very good knowledge of RPA path, how we can work in. Okay, if you have a good knowledge of automation in your blueprint, at least two tools knowledge if you have, that is the very good things. But package definitely can get up to 20 to 25 to 30 lakhs package per annum. Okay, again the things the next thing is RPA manager and your RPA director. Okay, so RPA manager, who can become RPA manager? Anyone who is like that. I'm a tester manager. Okay, testing manager. Okay, I want to start. I want to like it switch my career into RPA world. So especially you have to learn these things, how RPA developers work, how can I manage this developers, how can I manage this solution architect, how can I take this project, what is the like the deal. Okay, everything you have to understand. And RPA manager experience at least minimum 10 to 20 years experience, and easily you can get at least 30 to 40 lakhs package per annum. Okay, so this is the things like the hierarchy of your designation in your company. And after RPA manager, we have RPA director, and one role is there, RPA tester. Okay, so if you ask me what is the role and responsibility of RPA tester, RPA testers only roles and responsibility like that, he or she has to test the bot. Okay, so test the bot means I can show the bot. So this is the bot you can see here, and here multiple bots already going on. So if you're into deployment, into production, into UAT, in your dev environment, whatever the bot, you have to check like that the bot is working or not according to your requirement. Whatever the requirement from your client side, that bot is working or not. Okay, so whatever the things already we have deployed, published, that is working on. That is the task of your RPA tester. Anyone who is from your testing background, he or she easily can go for the RPA tester profile. Okay, RPA tester's profile salary is same like the RPA developer, but if you go for RPA developer, that is very good. Okay, so that type bot, it's showing that my name is Naveen and it's working right now. Okay, so this type of bot, that is the work of your RPA developer. Okay, again come to these things. If you ask me what type of process, what type of application we can automate easily using RPA path. Okay, so that is the previous things like that, your web-based application, desktop, PDF, email, image, Citrix, database. But right now there are lots of companies, they are working for different things like that, AWS, Python. Okay, multiple things, ERP, Salesforce, multiple things it's possible to automate right now. There are lots of new technology like the document understanding, AI fabric, multiple new things in UiPath. We are able to automate any type of application. And compared to previous like 2018, right now lots of things UiPath already updated, so easily you can get. Okay, let's come to this thing. This thing is called documentation. Especially if you ask me what type of documents we have, so documents we'll get like the keystroke documents, BRD documents, like that is called business requirement documents. Okay, so business requirement documents is nothing but whatever the client they provide any type of documentation. Okay, so any type of documentations like that, if they want to automate their process, so they will provide one BRE documents, and after that we'll go for the PDD. Okay, PDD is totally, that is called non-technical documents. Non-technical documents, BA will create the documents, and in PDD we are going for process objective, process overview. What is like that we are going to automate, that is called in scope, that is called out of scope. What is the high level flow, what is the agile process, whenever you are going to automate, what is the time of process, what is the scheduler, what is the trigger, you can go for the PDD. And the third document is called technical design document, and that is called solution design documents, and that is totally done by any senior developer, solution architect. Okay, or she can create this document. If you ask me what type of things required for TDD and STD, especially your high level flow, agile process, and to be process. To be process means how we are going to automate any process, any quick level documents we are going to create inside your TDD and your STD documents, where one developer can provide these type of documents, and whatever the system exception, whatever the business exception already in that process, we are going to create this PDD and STD. Okay, so after getting the sign up from the client, like the PDD sign up, TDD sign up, STD sign up, we can go for start the particular RPA development. Okay, so this is the things we can go inside this RPA, and there we are able to automate this type of things and we can get. Okay, again if you ask me the salary wise, right now lots of people they ask me the salary and all these things. Try to understand whatever the people they are only working for 3 to 4 lakhs. If your salary is less than 4 lakhs, definitely you can get up to 100% hike, 150% hike, 200% hike. It's totally depend on you what type of knowledge you are keeping right now. Definitely you can get. Okay, so 3 to 4 lakhs people are getting 200 times salary. What if your salary is more than 10 lakhs package per annum, easily you can get 60 to 70% hike. If your salary is more than 20 lpa, definitely 40 to 50% salary hike you can get. Okay, so that's why I tell you every people who are more than like that less than 3 less than 3 lakhs package, less than 4 lakhs package, easily you can get up to 200% salary hike also. But for especially for 200 salary hike, you have to work more, especially into RPA path. You have to understand these things, how to check the feasibility, and there you can get this is the things 2 to 3 times salary. Why? Because your current salary is less. So current salary is less, you can get easily up to 200 salary hike. Okay, 200% salary hike. But for that you have to understand the total UiPath, how RPA works, what is the advantage, what is the disadvantage, what is the challenge you can face in any project, what is the limitation of RPA, what type process we are going to automate, what is the domain of process. So multiple things you have to understand. Right now this is the market of 2022 guys, and 10 lakhs is not a big deal in the market like that across India. There are lots of people pressure also getting 10 lakhs package per annum. This is the market rate of your RPA path. Okay, so these are things easily you can grab from market. Okay, so right now I will show you one process how to go for RPA path and how it's advanced compared to all technology. So within a second everything we can get. So especially right now I'm going to open this UiPath. Okay, so if you've already installed in your system, what you can do here, you can click on UiPath Studio and automatically you will get the window of UiPath that is called child window. And this you can see here the starting application version is 2020.10.4. If you appear for any interview, this type of question they can ask you what is your current version and which version you are working right now. So right now you can see your this is the home page and this is the main page of your UiPath. So first time this page you will get like that. Okay, you can see your n number of project already I've created. You can see your framework, multiple things I've already created. Okay, if you want to create any project, what you do, you have to click on this process and easily you are able to create here. So by default, whenever you create these things, we are getting these things called blank process 6, blank process 7. So first time in your system you'll get the blank process 1. Already I've created multiple project, multiple things, so that's why I'm getting these things called blank process 6. Okay, the first thing, whatever the project name, whatever the things you are going to create, you can create like I'm going to pass this things called 26th Jan. Okay, so 26 new, I've already created this 26 Jan, so that's why I'm getting error. And the second thing is location. Try to understand guys, in your laptop, if you're going to install this UiPath, after that automatically in documents page documents, automatically in documents folder it's going to create one UiPath folder, and inside your UiPath folder whatever the program you're going to create automatically you can take. And description is not mandatory, by default you have to provide this VB.NET VB language and you can go for click. Okay, simple, you are able to create this type things. And process hardly right now time is 5:34. It's required only 1 minute to start your project, and you can create workspace and you can go for all these things. UiPath is going to ready your all these things, how you're going to automate entire process, and it's going for adding dependencies. Okay, everything done. Okay, you can see your everything done. Okay, so your all dependency already installed by UiPath. So whatever the like that by default dependency already installed, and you can start the project within 30 seconds of time. Your software is launched, and I can challenge you within 5 minutes time also we are able to install the software, and within 6 to 7 minutes of time we can start each and everything. So okay, so that's why UiPath is so advanced. Right now I'm going to show one program using message box. If you're going to use Java, first we understand how to display any name inside your Java system.out.println. We'll go for that. So there we'll try to display these things. Okay, so here I'm going to show these things, especially first whenever you come you have to click on open workflow, and here we're getting these things called main. So again, if you ask me what is main, each and everything I'll provide in very depth. Main especially for unattended bot, especially in RP world, there are two types of bot. The first thing is called attended bot, and second thing is called unattended bot. Attended bot means on same system, if I'm going to run any program, that is called attended bot. Okay, means you're going to attend your system, and that is called front end bot. You are able to automate. But if you want to automate any bot from across world, okay, so there are lots of server in UiPath. You can launch your server and you can go for deploy your process to the orchestrator. That is called unattended bot. So from across world, you can run your process and you can schedule process. You can store the multiple data like your string, integer, credential, multiple things you can store inside your orchestrator, and that is paid. That cost is more than $20,000, especially for one system, especially for 1 year. You can go for that. Okay. Okay. So this is a server. It's taking time, but it will launch. Okay. Let me come here to UiPath and let me check for any development. Okay. Let me check that we have already launched around. Okay, so let's come to UiPath. Let me start. Okay, so here the project name is called 26th of November, and here the RPA is totally drag and drop. If you ask me what is drag and drop, so we have an activity. After project, we have an activity. If you ask me what is activity, activity is nothing but whatever the action you want to perform. If you go for Java, so there if you have to write the particular method and you can write the particular code, particular syntax. Okay, so here syntax is not required. Only have to remember this activity. Whatever the things you are going to do, particular for that, with more than 200 activity, 300 activity. So based on your work, you can choose your activity and you can drag and drop and you can automate. Okay, suppose that I want to display something. Okay, I want to display something. We have a message box. What we'll do, we'll try to search this message box, simple drag and drop and keep like this here and go for automation. And here we are getting these things called message box and we are getting this error. Okay, so right now you can see here this is a child error and this is your parent error. You can see here one more children error. We are getting these things. So what we have to do, we have to pass the particular data. You can see here text must be quoted. The text must be quoted means we have to write these things double quote. Okay, so we can pass here. Okay, so we have to write like a double quote and you can go for every time save and simple run this program and you can get this output. Okay, so that is very simple. UiPath is very simple to automate these things. We can grab these type things. Okay, okay, so we are getting these things called hello everyone, today is 26th of January. Okay, so if you go for Eclipse, maybe it will take time. You have to understand the method of Java. There you can go for that, but UiPath is very advanced and it's very easy to learn. So whatever the code you're going to do in Java, in Python, in .NET, that is predefined library already they have added, predefined activities they have already done. So only you have to drag and drop and you can go for that. Okay, so right now we have done these things using your hard code value. So we are getting here. Okay, so your hard code value already all these things we are getting here. But if you want to store in particular one variable, what is variable? Variable is called for storing any type of data. We can go for variable panel. Okay, so here if you come here, we are getting these things and variable is right now blank. You can create your own new variable. Whatever the new variable you want to create, you can go for that. Here you can click here, automatically we'll get these things called variable one. I want to store some data. What we'll do, we can create these things called data. Okay, so let me come here. Okay, so right now server is slow. I will show you that point how server looks and how it will go further. Okay, so right now come to this coding part. So here we have created these things called data. In data, I want to save some data like that. UiPath is the best tool. What we can do here, UiPath is the best RPA tool. The double quote already we have provided, data equal to UiPath is the best RPA tool. Okay, so here already we have passed these things message box. Second message box I want to drag and drop, especially for your variable. What we'll do, we'll simple drag and drop the message box. Okay, so you can see here the two things. favorite, and your recent. Okay, so whatever the activity already we have used, that we are getting these things called message box here, and that is also in favorite. Okay, so any activity you can keep inside the favorite list. Okay, so here and directly here I will try to pass your variable. So lots of shortcut you have to learn, that is control space, that is for data. We can pass your data, save and run this program. That is very simple things we have to go like that. So this is the way we can pass the hard coded, we can pass these things called your variable, and we can go for that things. Okay, so we are getting these things. First we are getting the today, hello everyone, today is 26th of January, and second data we are getting these things like that. UiPath is the best RP tool. Okay, I want to concatenate the both things. What we'll do, I want to pass the hardcode value, I want to pass the variable. What we'll do, I'll try to copy this data, control A, control C, and here we'll try to paste. So here I'm going to use the plus sign. You have to understand the operator, like the plus, minus, equal to, not equal to, greater than. Okay, and here I'm going to pass these things called data. Sorry, data will try to pass. So I want to display the both things. We can go for data and go for run this program. Okay, so we are getting these things called hello everyone, today is 26th of January, and after that we are getting these things UiPath is the best RPA tool, and both things I'll try to so like that. Hello everyone, today is 26th of January, and UiPath is the best RPA tool. Okay, suppose that your client say I want to see these things in two lines, the first line and second line. What we'll do, again I'm going to take these things called message box, and there I'm going to pass this the first line. This is called hello everyone, this is 26th of January. Here, this is my first line. Okay, especially for knowledge, I'm going to pass these things. This is called first line. Okay, and after that, I'm going to pass the plus sign. And here, I will use one simple method. I'm going to pass these things called environment dot new line. Okay, that is very simple. You have to understand these things. So these things and plus your second line, that is called data. So easily we can show these things in two line. So we can see this thing in two line, and it will work. Okay, so we are getting the first line, hello everyone, today is 26. The second line called UiPath is the best RP tool, and third line we are getting these things, hello everyone, today 26th of January, UiPath is the best tool, and the last we'll try to check these things. We are getting two line, that is called hello everyone, today is 26th of January, and UiPath is the best RP tool. Okay, so like these type of things, if you go for project, you can get this type of things, and easily you can do like that. Okay, so this is the message box. We are going here. Suppose that whatever the things I have done, this is static. Static means whatever data I'm going to pass, it's working fine. But if anyone want to take the data from input dialog box from like that randomly, suppose that we are going for vaccination, and in vaccination, like that randomly people are coming, and randomly I'm going to pass the data, and that data I'm going to store in any database, any Excel sheet. So that type things also in UiPath we can do here. I can show these things. Okay, so suppose that in vaccination center, especially for COVID, we are getting this input dialog box. So what is going to take this data from input dialog box? So there we are getting these things dialog title. I can pass here COVID-19. Okay, and here in label I am going to pass these things. Please provide your name. Please provide your name. Let me show these things. So it's very interesting topic. So here try to understand, if I say hi, so you were getting this message like that, I'm going to say hi, you say reply hello. The same thing in bot world, in RPA world, you have to train your bot. So you have to give this information, how we can store this data, where we can store this data. So the same thing, bot is going to store in particular one variable, and that variable we are going to create control K, and here I'm going to pass this things called input output. This is the variable. So in this variable, bot is going to store your name, and that data I'm going to show you one message box, simple drag and drop, and there I'll try to pass these things called input output. Okay, so input output, and there is an output panel. Okay, so this is the response time of any bot. Like you can see here, the previous time is 27 second. Right now I'll try to show these things in output panel. Also we can get all the result. We can get all the result. Let me go here. So let me pass these things called right line. So right line using, we can pass these things. We can pass here, and we can pass these things called input output. We can go here and you can pass these things called input output. Okay. I want to store this data in particular one notepad. It's very simple to do like it. We can go for these things called write text file. Write text file, especially for writing data into particular one notepad. We can go here and we can write these things. We can pass these things to the same variable that is called input output, and there we are going to store in particular one data. Okay, we can create these things called COVID data. Okay, let me save and let me run this program. I will show you these things how we can easily we can keep this data in particular one notepad. Okay, so let me come here. So here what we'll do, we are going to run this program, save and run this program, run file. Okay, simple one input dialog box, it's going to open. Okay, so right now you can see here, you're getting, this is your COVID-19. Please provide your name. I can say my name is UiPath. Okay, so UiPath is the name. RPA tool. RPA tool, this is the name of your candidate. Click for OK. So the same name we are getting here, UiPath RPA tool, and we are going to store the data in particular like that your output panel, and we are going to store into particular one notepad. That things also I will show you. Okay, we are getting all these things proper, it's working. So right now, if you come to my output panel, we are getting these things UiPath RP tool. So whatever data you are provided, it's working right now. Again, I'll try to show the notepad also. What we'll do, we'll try to go inside your project panel. There is a file explorer, and there we can go to these things called COVID data. You can see here already we've created this file, and whenever you're going to check any file, always check these things called date, and time is 5:46 p.m. There you will go for checking these things, go for right click and go for open with, and there we'll try to go for open with notepad, and there we'll try to go for OK. What we are getting this UiPath RP tool. Again, if you're going to provide the any random data, any things, definitely it will become change. It will change. Save and note with run file. So right now I'm going to pass these things called automation is second RP tool. Okay, so I've changed my name. So if you're going to click OK, we are getting the same things, and we are getting this the data into particular that notepad also. Everything will get like it. Okay, let me show these things notepad. Right now we are getting all these things. It's working fine. And let me open this output panel. We have completed in 25 seconds. This is called response time. If you go for any interview, they will ask you if you're going to process any data, what is your response time? What is the response time of your bot? So this is the 25 second, and A is your second RP tool. Okay, let me check this notepad we have written or not. So for that, what we can do here, we can go inside this project, we can go for file export, and there we can check these things called COVID data. The time also you can see here 5:48 p.m. That is also changed. We'll go for open with, there we'll try to go for open with notepad, and there we'll try to open. Okay, so right now already changed. Okay, so there are lots of way open, and multiple things is there. Every data you can get inside your notepad. Okay, so this is one massive box program today we have done. Apart from that, I'm going to automate one notepad. How we can automate notepad without any coding, and within 1 minute time it's possible to automate. What we'll do, we are going to create one new program. So for that we have to click on new, and you have to take this things called flowchart. Okay, flowchart sequence, I will tell you, don't worry for that part. Notepad automation. Okay, first we'll understand the process. Okay, so in any company, whatever the manual process already going on, first you have to check these things called feasibility check. You have to check how any process is already working as a manual process. Manual process means how we can go through your keystroke, how we can walk through your keyboard, how a keyboard is working or not, click button is working or not. So first you have to understand the desktop application behavior, web-based application behavior, then go for automation. Okay, so right now we'll try to understand the manual application that is called notepad. What you have to do, you have to open one notepad. What we'll do here, we'll try to open the notepad. The first things we have to launch the notepad, and there you have to write something like that, hi, and something else. Okay, after that you have to save this notepad. Okay, what you do, you press Ctrl S, and you try to give the name. Many things you can go here and click on save. The same thing you have to do through RPA path. Okay, it's very simple, but for that you have to remember those activity, whatever required for automating that application. What you do, you have to go for activity panel, and there you have to go for these things called open application. This activity is especially for launching any type of application like a notepad, calculator. So these type of things you can go here. If you go for any tool like the blueprint automation anywhere, okay, so especially blueprint. So whatever the application you are going to automate, you provide the particular path. If you're going for Java, if you're going to launch through Google Chrome, so Google Chrome extension, Mozilla Firefox extension, you have to provide the particular path where you've already installed and whatever the version. If your path is going to change, if your version is going to change, that tool, the Selenium, Eclipse, it will not work for automation, but that is not in UiPath. Easily, any non-technical person can learn and easy to grab. It's very simple. Okay. In open application, what we'll do, we'll try to spy my particular application. My application is Notepad. What we'll do, we'll try to open, and there is spy. Spy means you are going to attach your screen, whatever the things you are going to automate. And right now I'm going to attach like this way. Okay. So this is things. If you come here, this is open application, and UiPath already taken these things path. You can see here right now program files, window apps, Microsoft. So you can see here the path already we have taken. But if you go for blueprint, that is the old tool of RPA. You have to provide the particular path. You have to copy from your system file. You don't know what is the path of your calculator. You don't know the path of your Internet Explorer. You don't know the multiple applications. So that things manually to do. But in UiPath, that is totally advanced tool. Okay. So that's why we recommend these things called UiPath. Here we have launched. If you run this program, save and run this program, so easily you are able to open these things called Notepad. So it's working right now. Okay. After launching this Notepad, what you do, you have to go for write something. Okay. So what we can do here, we can go for type into activity, especially for typing anywhere. That is for specific text box, like that your web-based application, desktop application. You can go for SAP. So you can go there and you can spy this screen. So here I want to write these things. Hello path, simple hello path. After that, what you do, you have to use these keywords. So for keyword, we have a different activity that is called send hotkey. So you have to remember this activity, send hotkey for your saving this notepad. Simple drag and drop, and there you use these things called control, and we can pass these things called S. Control plus S, especially for saving the notepad. And if you run this program, so it will try to go for save the things. Okay. First, you have to understand the priority. If you're going to run this program, it will try to launch, it will write UiPath, and then it will try to go for save these things. But where you're going, you are going for saving the on the click. You are getting on same screen. Here we have to write something like the name of notepad. Okay. So for that, what we'll use, we'll try to use these things called type into and click. Very simple things, type into and click. We have started at 7:52 p.m. and right now 1 to 2 minutes sufficient for this type of automation. We can go for that. Indicate on screen. So here I'm going to pass these things, double quote, and there we are going to pass these things called 26. Jan notepad. Okay. So here we are going to save, and after that we have to click. Okay. So for click, what we'll do, we'll try to go for click activity. We are going to take this activity called click, and there we can pass these things, and there we are going to click on the particular place. We are going for save button. Okay, so already we have done. So here I want to close my notepad also. Whatever the notepad already we have launched, I want to close. Okay, very simple name, that is called close application. Very simple things, that is called close application. So we are going to take this things activity called your close application. Simple drag and drop this things called save close application, drag and drop and try to attach your screen. So I'm going to attach my this things. Okay, I want to go for delay. Okay, especially if you go for Java, there will be things called thread.sleep. You have to pass the particular things, but here in UiPath it's very simple. We can take these things called delay. That is totally English. To understand, we can pass these things called delay, and whatever the delay you want to do, like it hour, minute or second. I want to delay at least 1 second. Save and run this program. So easily we are able to automate these type things. So right now it's working fine. It's working. Okay, we have started at 7:52 or 53. Within 3 minutes of time after explain, we have completed each and everything is completed and it's working fine. Okay, again come to this things called web-based application. If you go for Java, that is very complicated to automate any type of web-based. Python also have to understand this coding, but in RPA it's very simple. You have to create this new, you can go for flowchart and there you can pass these things called web-based automation. Okay, so we learn also how to go for cross-browser automation. That is called, if you're going to automate on different browser, that is called cross-browser automation. It's very simple. If you want to go for that, there is an activity called open browser. When you want to launch the browser, you can go for open browser, simple drag and drop and try to connect the start, and whatever the browser you're going to open. I want to launch my Google, so I can pass these things called HTTPS, your www.google.co.in. So Google, I want to launch. Okay, first try to understand. By default, UiPath browser is Edge. Previous, I'm using Windows 11. My browser is by default like that, Edge, and UiPath also like that. It's take Edge. Previous was Internet Explorer, but right now, especially for Windows 11, I don't have your Explorer. Right now, I'm going to use this things called Edge browser. Okay, so UiPath by default, if you're going to run this program, it's going to launch on Edge. If you want to change, Edge to Chrome, definitely it's very simple things. You have to give this information to your robot. You have to launch these things on Google Chrome. Right now it's already, we have launched on Edge. If you want to change these things, very simple. You can go for UiPath and you can go there, and then we are getting this option called, let me show these things. So we have an option called choose type. We can go for Chrome, and there we can go for save, and we can go for run file. Okay, let me check. Already we have launched also. Already we have launched. Okay, so maybe internet problem. Already we have launched the Google. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, again one question I have. There are lots of people, they don't know. Through your automation, we can launch in cognitive window. If you go here, there is an option called new in cognitive window without any coding. In UiPath, we can go for that. That is the new features already came after 2019 version. We can go for private, and we are able to go for automate using your new in. So we can launch in Google Chrome. So right now you can see here, that is the private window of your Google Chrome. We are able to launch in your Google Chrome. It's working fine. We can go for that. Okay, so it's working fine right now on your Google Chrome. So it's very simple to use any type of browser automation inside your UiPath. You can go and you can automate easily without any coding language, not required any type of code, not required any type of extension, not required to change anything. Easily you are able to grab and you are able to automate this type of things. Okay, one login screen also I'm going to show you. Let me come here. Let me change the URL also. Okay, so you can see here this one URL, this one aviation sector URL, and here we have to pass this ID and password. So what we'll do here, we are going to pass the URL here. So I'm going to change the URL, and here I'm going to pass. Save, and already we are going to automate. So here we have to spy the two things, your ID and password. I want to go inside this your login screen, and let me show these things. Okay. So here for your ID and password, I'm going to take this type into and I'm going to click this thing. So that's why I will take this things called click activity. I'm going to click these things. So whatever the browser, whatever the application you're going to automate, make sure that should already launched in background. So that is already open. So you're able to attach the particular screen. You're able to attach the particular application. So we can go for that. Here we are going for your password. So you can go for password wall, and there we a login screen. Okay, so login, we are going to click there. So you can pass these things for login. Okay, so whatever you are like provided, everything you can do through variables panel. I have done these things called double quote. So we have done these things. Okay, so right now here we have to pass these things the double quote, and here you can pass these things called okay, save and run this program. Save and run this program. Okay, so let me show these things. Okay, so right now we are able to log into screen. Okay. Okay, so thank you for joining the session.